friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Caroline. This is YouTube. I do a lot of interior design talk on here. I also do vlogs and I don't know, other stuff. I don't really know what I do. I don't want to be boxed in. Why am I even telling you? Today we're gonna do a really fun video. Some of my subscribers have sent in some design dilemmas that they're facing in their homes, and I'm gonna help them first identify the blockers that I think are getting them tripped up and suggest a couple ideas to get them moving forward with their design. So today we're tackling subscriber design dilemmas. Very exciting time. You might recognize the room that I'm sitting in. This is the guest bedroom in my parents' room. If you watched the first part of that makeover, second part of the makeover is still in the works, very close, but still weighing stuff from COVID. Nobody cares. Let's keep moving. Here we go. Okay, first subscriber who submitted a design dilemma says her name is Maria, but I go by my middle name, Shawan. I hope I'm not mispronouncing it. I certainly am though. And she's from Chicago. I've heard of it. Okay, Shawan says, I have an odd shaped living room and I don't know what to do with the window area. Sweet, 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 sweet.
So this is my living room. Thinking 2 sofas. I was thinking a sofa and 2 chairs, but I have a messy dining table. It sits 6 people, so I thought, oh, I should try to sit 6 people here and put a TV there. The TV is like a substitute coffee table. But then I have this area over here, and I want to put a record player there and have a bookshelf for games and records. And this I just picked up on Facebook Marketplace because I was impulsive. I don't know what to do with this area. I kind of want it to be a second conversation space, maybe. If my friends bring their kids over, they can maybe play board games. I don't know. Maybe it's a dance floor. So anyway, this is the other side. There's that. So I guess some kind of storage should go there. So that's my design dilemma. Like, is 2 couches too much? What should I do with that extra space? Thanks.
So, Shawan, amazing. Yes, you've got a rectangular long space here and you're completely on target with the notion of wanting to split it up into 2 separate zones. That's what you want to do when you have a long space. You want to split it up into zones. So we've got the TV zone and then we've got the secondary zone. We don't quite know what that'll be yet. For TV zone, is 2 couches too much? No, don't think 2 couches is too much. I would say if I were you, I'd want to get really clear about what the actual functionality of that space is. If your TV zone is really like for watching movies and you're big on the movie nights, as opposed to the primary function is like a conversation zone, if you really do the movie night and you really want the double couches, do it. And I think it will be good. But if you don't need it, adding a second couch that you don't really functionally need is going to cut off the rest of the space a little bit. I would prefer to see, personally, 2 really comfy loungy chairs right here. You can even do swivel chairs. Doing the 2 chairs there, it's going to allow these to, while still being 2 separate zones, to still be like connected in this space, and there's better flow there. It's not cut off. And by doing the swivel chair, you can even literally, spin those chairs around to connect the 2 conversations on different parts of the room as needed.
I don't know what to do with this area. So that's my design dilemma. Like, what should I do with that extra space?
Okay, yes. I think what's holding you back here is that you haven't clearly defined for yourself what the functionality of that secondary space will be. It is pretty much impossible to aesthetically design any space that you don't know like what the function of it is going to be. It's too much of a blank canvas. Paradoxically, it's much easier to get creative when you have restrictions. So you want to start defining what that functionality really specifically will be. You named a couple different things. It could be conversation area, could be an area for kids to play. If I was designing this living room for my sister, that secondary space is a reading area. It's going to be books, it's going to be shelves, and it's going to be comfy loungy chairs. If I was designing it for me, that's a work area. I need a tabletop. I'll probably put it by the window and I'm going to be working there. That's how I would actually use the space. I also like to focus on the assets in any room. Most rooms have like their special assets that you want to just hype them up, right? So these windows are crazy, lovely, nice windows. I want to play those up. Okay, I don't know if you own this home, if you're renting. I feel like you own it. But anyway, moving forward, I would love to see a built-in like banquette seating. It can go all the way here. Put in like a small table right here, maybe 2 chairs on the side. And then you can still have your accent chair there, your records over here, and an open space still for playing, for just letting the room breathe a little bit. You don't have to cover every inch of space in the room. Doing a built-in banquette seating right here would just like play up the vertical length of all those beautiful windows. It'd make it a focal point right when you walk into the room. You could do a little shelving unit, vertical shelving unit right here. Let's make it your home. Go for the built-in. I think people would be so excited about it. It wouldn't even feel like the secondary area. It would feel like very intentional, you know? If you don't want to do something built in, you could literally do just like low shelving unit literally underneath those windows that holds books, that holds whatever. You can even put a cushion on top. You can fake your own banquette if that's the route you want to do. If you don't want to fill it up that way, I would probably first get specific about what the functionality is. But I feel like almost everyone can use some kind of like card table, small table with either, you know, that banquette seating around it and 2 chairs, or you can just do 3 or 4 chairs around it. And then you have like a secondary board game area, drawing area for kids, a little eating area, work area if you want to be out by the windows. And then you can still leave a little loungy corner. The other thing you want to keep in mind with a rectangular space is that you're doing the right thing, splitting up into zones. You're probably going to want 2 different area rugs. That will help define each space as individual as well. And they can be complementary rugs. Don't make them identical, please. Also, you got kids running around. You want to give something soft to their little knees or little feet, whatever they have. Other thing I wanted to say, this part over here across from the couches on the other wall, and you said probably some storage unit over here. I would say whatever the storage unit is, I like that idea, don't shove it into the corner. I would keep the symmetry. This whole area has symmetry going on. I would keep your shelving, no matter how wide it is or isn't, keep it center justified. Don't shove it up in the corner. And girl, you got a beautiful room. I am not worried about you. You're doing a good job. Bitch, you're doing a good job. Okay, moving on. Next space. Tulsi from Seattle, Washington. Girl, you know what? I was born in Tacoma, Washington. All I know is that we used to go to Mount Rainier a lot, and I was a baby, and I pronounced it Mount Rainier. Let's watch the video. Just do it.
Hi Caroline, this is a video of the main space of my studio apartment. I moved in a couple months ago, and I feel pretty good about the furniture layout, but I have a lot of blank, empty walls. I have a desk since I do still work from home, and I am waiting on a TV stand from IKEA that's sold out. I don't have a coffee table right now. I do a lot of yoga, so I like the open space. Yeah, but it's this wall that's totally empty, and I don't have any plans for it, so I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks, bye.
Yay! Okay, awesome, love it. Yeah, she's done a great job. I love, Tulsi, I love that you know the functionality of the space too. You do a lot of yoga in it. You don't want a coffee table. That's awesome. You don't have to have a coffee table if you don't want one, and you're gonna value that empty space more. Love it, love it. Kudos to you, girl. Yeah, let's chat. I think you've done a great job. Just fill up some of those walls. People, I think, are often shocked at how much like putting art on the walls makes the space feel homey and lived in. All right, so as soon as we enter the room, there's this wall space between the windows right here. You know, when you first walk in here, we don't get to see your personality yet. I would love to see like a little delicate vertical arrangement of something there. You could do like 2 little pieces. That's a really bad square I drew. So hard for me to do this. 2 little pieces. Okay, I'm gonna try me. Good job to me. No, I don't like the circle. Just kind of a rectangle. Cool, I did a good job. Little vertical vignette as soon as you enter the room. It's no longer trash space just used to connect the windows. It's like an intentional little artistic corner. You can make more meaning out of the architecture. I love how you did this artwork right over here in the kitchen. I think that's perfect, beautiful, leave it. This guy above the desk, I think you could go larger. You could even use this guy on that middle wall over here, and then you can go bigger here. We can do something that uses that vertical space and is a bit taller. I would do that to kind of polish off, finish off that corner. Okay, here, you're waiting on an IKEA console for your TV stand. I don't know how long it is. I feel like you might want the lamp like next to your couch. Like, I don't know, you live in the space, so you know how it works for you. If the lamp is staying here, either way, I would love to see like some little artworks in this vertical space. We've got some activity over here. We've got our TV going here, and then we kind of want to balance it out. And I want to say it doesn't matter if the lamp stays there or not. You can still put artworks behind it. I love layering. Stuff behind stuff is like, it blows people's mind. Girl, okay, I'm gonna tell you what. I say go bold on this wall. It sounds like you functionally, you like the layout, you have the amount of seating that you want. It sounds like you don't need any more storage, you don't need any more seating. Great, we've got this big blank wall. You know what I would love to see? A giant piece of art right here. You would be the coolest girl in town if you had just like something giant right there. Oh, it'd make everything great. Okay, giant piece of art, and I'll tell you what, it can get a little expensive, but it is going to do so much for your room. It's gonna be the kiss, okay? I wanna say I do wanna get rid of this trash can. Can we find another home for the trash can? Is my question. By the way, nothing in this video is sponsored. I use services like Minted for my remote clients a lot. You know, it's nice to have originals, but you can't always spend that kind of money. Sometimes it's nice to get a big print. So what's nice about some of these sites is that you can choose your orientation. You would want probably a square piece or a portrait orientation. You don't want landscape. We didn't really get into what your design taste is, but I just pulled up some stuff that matched like your color palette, the existing color palette in the room. And I would go big, girl. I would go big. These inches mean almost nothing to me, but I would go large. I think this is what I would do. Not necessarily this specific piece, but like an enormous painted portrait. I love portraits. That makes a statement. Art is very personal, so I really can't tell you what to do. Otherwise, if you don't want to go that route, I would go to some of your local thrift decor stores. They probably have some giant art pieces. That's where like I find a lot of the artwork. Doing just like a giant piece right here, this space is gonna feel, first of all, instantly so cool. It's gonna feel so designed and like so artistic. I'm really excited about this idea. Other tips you asked. Okay, so we got a big boy going on there. I would love to see like balanced over. We've got our chair moment. It sounds like that chair works for you having it there. I would like to see like a little tiny decor piece floating over top of it, or even like a little mini mirror or something to just like relate these three pieces. So because right now the chair feels a little random. It's like floating in space to me a little bit, and I would like it to feel intentional. What you can also do, especially since you don't have a coffee table, I think we need a little drink stand over here. A tiny side table, super simple. It doesn't have to be expensive. It'll just help make the chair feel more intentional, not kind of random. I would do like any kind of pedestal bottom. Yeah, like this is lots of legs going on. I wouldn't do that because our chair is already very leggy. And this is one thing to think about in every space, every room you ever do, balancing legginess. If you have like a really leggy couch, you probably want a more grounded side table. If you have this like really leggy chair, you want a little more grounded drinks table. Does that make sense? Am I saying anything? I never know. The only other thing I was gonna say, I wanna pull this rug out. Can we pull your rug out this way more? Like, I wanna fill some of this space. It doesn't need, it looks like it goes like way underneath the couch. Don't need to. For area rugs, you mostly wanna get, it can go all the way underneath your seating, but really you just need like the front two legs on top of it. So the rug could end like right here and come out farther. I mean, I don't know how big it is, but come out farther. Look at these drawings. Is this helpful at all? Girl, I think you're killing it. You have a cohesive color palette. The layout works. You know your needs for this space. I love the mix of materials. It's very calming. I just want to kick the trash can out. Can we put it over by your desk? Is that a trash can? Or does it maybe hold stuff for yoga? I don't know. Let's move him though. Let's put him somewhere intentional. He's floating. That's what we're gonna do. Hope that was helpful. Whoa, I changed outfits. That's because it's a different day. And I'm here to tell you that today's video is made possible by ButcherBox. ButcherBox, do you guys know where it is? I'll tell you. I am pretty picky about what I eat. My mom's a nutritionist, so my entire life we've just eaten very clean. I don't really eat much processed foods unless it's candy. But it's kind of hard to tell what's actually good quality food and ingredients. With ButcherBox, I know like I'm gonna eat meat. It might as well be delivered to my door and guaranteed that it's good for me. It's 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork that's raised crate-free, and wild-caught seafood. Number one key I can tell you for cooking a steak or cooking a burger, and this like, it makes all the difference. You have somebody else cook it. I'm telling you, you taste the difference. The flavor of someone else's labor, it comes through in the meat and it's delicious. Also, the service is just very convenient. You can change your frequency of delivery. You can cancel your subscription at any time. ButcherBox is doing a deal for all new members who sign up between July 1st and July 4th. All new members will get 2 free grass-fed ribeye steaks, 2 of them in every box for a year. That is quite a number of steaks. Click the link and code in description. You know the deal. Use the link, use the code. It's not your first day here.
Always remember to turn off the exploder device.
If you're gonna be eating meat and you care about what you put in your body, it's a no-brainer to me. Do you want a pickle?
No.
Okay. No?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like it. Thanks to ButcherBox for making this video possible. Okay, back to it. Okay, next space. You guys, we're doing it. We're really doing the video. This is from Olivia in Farmington, Utah. What's up, Olivia? Okay, Olivia says, my master bedroom is a gray box. It has a bed in it and that's about it. I'm not inspired in here and I'm inspired by every other room in this house. Cool. Yeah, girl. Okay, I see what you mean. I'm gonna say this. I get it. It's a gray box. There's not a whole lot going on. And that's a really tough design challenge when there's like, when it's so just like kind of simple and neutral. It's hard to start making choices. It's way easier to be creative when you have restrictions. What you have gotten here, there's nothing I hate, but I think you're missing some cohesion. Like we've got, even just in colors, we've got the yellow happening, we've got the blue happening, we've got the sort of like mauve or pink over the curtains, we've got the gray on the walls, we've got the white nightstands, we've got the wood baby changing table, it looks like, and I'm not seeing any color or any material used more than once. If you're struggling to get a cohesive feel, the easiest way to get there is just pick a color palette and stick to it. And if you don't know what your color palette, like, it's hard to commit to colors, open up your closet. What's in your closet, girl? What are the clothes and the colors you see yourself wearing all the time? You know, sometimes people have different taste in their fashion design style and their interior design style, but a lot of the times there's through lines there, there's a lot of overlap. So if you're unsure and you're like, will I like this color forever? Go look at your closet. Do you wear that color a lot? If you do, you're probably gonna be happy with it. You can definitely pull a color palette from your own closet. The only color that is repeated in this room is gray, right? So we've got the gray wall-to-wall carpeting, the gray carpet with gray walls. It's a lot of gray. I would do an area rug. The area rug is gonna add a layer. You can bring in some color, some personality, and it defines the zone of the bed. Like a rug helps furniture feel like related to each other. Some people get confused about this. You want to orient that rug lengthwise. You want it to be long ways this way, if that makes sense. Cool. So not a lot going on in this room. The one thing it does have going on, you walk in and we've got the nice windows. Let's start by like hyping those windows up as much as we can. These curtains, we gonna get them. We gotta extend this bar wider and higher. You can do it high. Let those drapes come out, extend beyond the window and get them up high, because where they are now is actually making the windows seem smaller. We want to contour our windows, make them seem bigger even than they are. So high and wide, babies. I'm gonna go ahead and say these nightstands, I like them. They're nice nightstands. I think they're not the right proportion. And I want these guys centered under the window, but I know that if you center them, they're gonna be too far from the bed and it probably is not gonna be functionally great because you probably can't reach them. So girl, I'm gonna say, if you can work up to it, I would go for a nice, big, hefty nightstand. Do the matching nightstand still under each of the windows. That can be centered under the window and still be within reach of the bed. A more substantial sized nightstand is gonna feel more adult. It's gonna feel more lived in. It's gonna make better use of the space. All right, we got the baby stuff going on in the room. The muted tones with this color wood, I actually think is really nice. And I actually really kind of like this table, but I'm gonna say get rid of it. And this is why. This is what I'd love to see. Let's get a really long dresser. Let's give you the surface area you need for a changing table. It'll make better horizontal use of that wall space. Put our baby changing table on here, and then we're gonna wanna remove this bench. And then once we get this guy out of the corner, we'll have room to, you could put like a rocking chair in the corner. Honestly, you don't have to spend a ton of money on a long dresser. I would just do a super long one to make use of that space. This is a great dresser from IKEA. What I like to do with the IKEA dressers is then customize the knobs. You put some custom doorknobs on them, get them off of Etsy, and it looks like a totally custom piece. It doesn't look like something from IKEA, but IKEA makes great stuff. Easy way to elevate it. You want to spend a little more money, you know, a nice classic long piece from Crate & Barrel. Yeah, I would love to see, like, you could put a big mirror on top, something large. Babies love mirrors. Babies are obsessed with mirrors. Babies can't get over themselves. So, and it's so fun to like be, you know, you're changing a baby's diaper and playing with them. If there's not a baby in this room and I'm way off base, then I'm sorry. I'm connecting the dots as best I can. I think she also mentioned something in the notes about this lamp not loving the chandelier. Girl, I'm with you. I don't love it. Feels like it's from another world that we don't belong to. We didn't really get into what your design style is. Assuming something light, airy, cheery. I love this chandelier, very affordable. These are just a bunch of other lights I've saved at different times that kind of have like a light and airy feel and are affordable. It's impossible to overstate how much impact the lighting has in a room. The lighting, lamps, stuff like that. This is like the jewelry you put in your space. You know, like you have like a simple frock on and you put like a beautiful necklace with it. It elevates everything. So inarticulate. Does anyone know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. The other thing about this room, girl, Olivia, we ain't got no art on the walls. I would move those furniture pieces in first, put a big mirror on this wall over the dresser, get those curtains high and wide, and then, you know, hang up some photographs, hang out some art you love. That's what's gonna make it feel like a home. Yeah. We got a good skeleton here. Like, the bones of it are good. They're too good. When everything's just like neutral and standard and there's nothing weird about it, it's hard to get going. I totally get that. I think that's it. You guys, that was so much fun for me. I hope that that was helpful, not just for the people who submitted their spaces, and thank you for sharing your space. I want to say, like, it's such a personal, vulnerable thing to share. I really appreciate it. My approach with at least these videos is that, like, is not just to give you specifics of put this here and put that there. I hope this is helpful in thinking about like identifying the problem you're facing and the design principles that you can carry into any space, not just a specific room. I think, you know, teach a man to fish, give a man a fish, eats for a day, that whole thing. Yeah, and just a reminder to everybody, like, don't apologize for what's in your space. Don't ever apologize to me for what's in your space. Certainly not to anyone. We're living our lives here. Everybody's doing their best. Everybody's living their life and taking care of their family, taking care of themselves and trying to hold down a job and not get fired. I do what the heck and I didn't put the right art on my walls. Don't apologize. You're doing a good job. It's just a room and it's just stuff. If you have the time and space and money to make it feel fun and make it feel like a fun space to you, I find that super rewarding. But if you don't apologize. You're living your life and you're killing it. All right, if you want to submit a design dilemma, I'm going to link the form in the description. I know there's more people who already submitted. If I end up doing more videos, I will get to them. Alexandra from Los Angeles, you submitted a file that I couldn't open, so you might want to resubmit. I would say if you submit a design dilemma, like everyone did today, be really specific about the problem you're trying to solve. Not just like, here's a room. What's the problem you're trying to solve? If we can, let's do a horizontal video of the room, guys. But I ain't mad if it's vertical. It's okay. Let me know what you think. Was this a helpful video? Should I do another? Do we not care? Was one enough? Are you even still watching? I don't know. It was a lot of fun for me to do. I think I'm gonna go eat a snack. If you haven't subscribed, today's a great day to do it. You can like the video if that's what you feel like. Leave a comment. I'll like that. I won't object to that. That's all I gotta say. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.